"8:55 a.m. I was officially a new daddy."
What's going on, baby Katie?
All we did was add a little 2-foot baby to the mix.
That box is going to? Oh boy.
I got a 16-foot trailer that's filled to the gills with junk.
All right, we just pulled out on our first big hunting trip with the whole family.
I've never had a family, you know, with a baby of my own to come back to at the camp.
Well, it's just me and little Kate this evening. I'm on babysitting duty, and I wish we had 2 camera guys and a babysitter.
Well, we're heading a little bit farther north to Jason and Joe, a couple new team members of ours.
Well, this is our first time in on this farm this year. I think that's our best chances to get over there where he was last night. Hopefully he'll come back out tonight. Last night at 6:30, there was a shooter 20 yards outside of this banks blind.
It looks like it's going to be a pretty good evening.
We're gonna go get in the banks blind.
Lizard Creek, Louisiana, we were brought up being taught that nothing comes before God, family, and hunting.
We're not trophy hunters. Fact is, we love time spent with family. Mama found her deer.
Yeah, Mama.
Girl, double lunged him. I'm proud of where I come from. I'm proud to say I'm a hunter.
And I want to pass those traditions on to my kids.
Yay!
Wallhanger down, baby. Yes, indeed. This is WallhangerTV.
This is a farm I've been managing for about 5 years. It's 435 acres. I've shot the biggest deer of my life on it. This big deer, I've known him for 2 years now, and this is the first time I've ever laid eyes on him. But the Reconyx pictures are everywhere of him. It's just good to feel him in your hands. I've got some sanctuaries, a couple food plots, and I always leave some standing grain. But we've only killed 2 deer in 5 years, so there should be a good age structure coming on now. Can you believe it? We're just gonna pull some cameras tonight and see if we can't get one of them to come out.
Jason and Joe are in Pike County, Missouri, and they have collected most recent information from the evening prior of a shooter buck in a food plot within range of a banks blind. The guys are headed in for the first afternoon hunt of the season on the 435, better known as the Rello Ranch.
Well, after checking the cameras, we definitely should hunt here. Those other bucks on the other camera haven't shown up in a while. And then I was getting ready and noticed I'd forgotten my quiver at home. I had some practice arrows and some loose broadheads, so I'm borrowing Joe's quiver, and I have an arrow. So it looks a little bit like a garage sale, but all is good. I got a way to hold my arrows, and we're gonna go get in the banks blind.
Man, Jason and Joe are on the move. Looks like they got one pinned down pretty good, but I'm not real sure what they got cooking in that quiver.
The pink go-getters.
Joe's pink ladies. They're a little shorter than mine, but they look pretty.
Somebody else finally got some good looking arrows. Man, I really like those pink arrows, Joe. Maybe that'll bring you some good luck.
Well, we just had a couple turkeys come through. Some of my windows are out. The shades are blowing in the breeze, but last night at 6:30, there was a shooter 20 yards outside of this banks blind, so we're in here. Probably a little premature because the banks blind's not set up yet, but anyway, we're hoping for the best. If he does it again tonight, we'll be here waiting on him. Oh, we got some action out there. We got a few turkeys and a couple does out there. We really want to shoot one of those turkeys. There's one with a beard out there, but Joe's probably right. He says if I shoot her, she'll be flopping all around and that buck won't come out, but we really want to shoot her. Joe, there he is. That's that buck from last night. He just came out of the timber. That buck just came out. He's over there a ways right now. Hopefully he'll feed this way.
Man, it seems like that always happens. I hate having those nervous does downwind when a good buck's in range.
That is awesome. He's out there at 50 yards. We're missing 2 windows out of my bank spline. I screwed something up and they're sitting outside. We got does at 5 yards. He comes out, feeds around at 41 yards. We've been here for 15 minutes just afraid to move. He starts feeding away. Joe says, you better get it. So I ripped the window down and ranged him at 50, dialed up the old sight. It looked good to me. I don't know. We'll look back at the footage, but it looked right. So anyway, Pike County, Missouri again. Whew.
Wallhanger TV is brought to you by Elite Archery, Respect the Game, Reconics, see what you've been missing, Gator Tracks Boats, making waves where the competition can't, Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession, Scott Archery, everyone's #1, Ozonics, scent control that works, Ammo2Go.com, your one-stop shop for all your ammo needs, G5, designed to hunt, Antler King, bigger bucks, healthier deer, Hunt Force, find your game, Angle Coolers, a legend in reliability, Code Blue, potency protected. This segment has been brought to you by Reinhardt, the best archery target in the world, and by High Mountain Seasonings. Make your own jerky sausage, smoked meats, and more.
Man, that was a heck of a shot, Jason. That's the beauty of them CBE sights like that. You can just dial that thing in at 50 yards and be confident in it. And don't let him fool you. I've been hearing from Jason all summer how this new Elite bow and these new CBE sights were all this great, how good he was shooting long range. And he actually backed it up this evening. It was a good job, man.
Chad sent me a new Elite bow this summer, and I shoot it every single day. I took it out west and shot a nice mule deer, and I just stroked a nice whitetail at 50 yards. And when you have a bow that you like to shoot, that shoots well, you tend to want to shoot it, and I shoot it every single day. I just rolled it up to 50. He got out there to 50, put it right on him, and drilled him. So I can't say enough about that thing. I love that bow.
Jason and Joe just called. They just smacked one. So I'm talking about buck down, baby. October low, got a buck down.
Getting ready to go look for this thing. I look up, there's a big giant full moon, middle of October. Normally I don't even hunt hard in the middle of October, much less with a full moon, but it all came together tonight. Hopefully the shot was good. Let's go see if we can't find him. Here's some blood right here, just a little bit, but here we go. Here we go. Come on, big fella, he's headed right into the hub. Here he is, here he is. Whew, look at that deer. I'm pumped. That is a stud. Big old 4-year-old mature deer, standing in the food plot at 50 yards. Just wearing us out, him and his little girlfriend's out there, tattletaling on us, but he got tired of it, started walking away, and boom, got him at 50 yards. This is just awesome. Stoked to be on the board. Got a fistful of tags for Illinois and Missouri, and good way to start the season.
Meanwhile, just across the mighty Mississippi in Pike County, Illinois, Chris and Ranger were kicking their season off a little later than anticipated, but with the look of the food plots and documented velvet bucks, things were looking good.
Tell you what, there might be folks kill bigger deer than us, but there's not many people put a lot more work into food plots than me and old Ranger do here on our place in Illinois.
We can't stress how important it is to have proper nutrition for your deer. and are good attractions for them all throughout the year.
Folks, one of the products that we've really become fond of on our farm here in Illinois is Antler King's Honey Hole. We've been able to take some really good bucks off of it. Put a lot of pride, a lot of effort into our food plots, anywhere from alfalfa to our Clover Patch Plus. You know, we have summer food plots all the way through. We try to keep something for the deer to eat 24/7 all year round.
Antler King was able to hook us up with some fall, winter, spring, and some honey hole. That way we have, all throughout the year, we have something good to bring in our deer to our stands.
If that stuff there don't bring them in, I don't know what is.
The guys were hoping to reap the reward from the Antler King food plots.
You know, Kristen keeps a pretty busy schedule with her still being in school, so we only get her for a few days. And
It's the first morning hunt here in Illinois. I'm back.
So we decided we was gonna go up to our Christmas tree stand. That's one of Kristen's favorite stands and normally has our best deer activity pretty much anywhere on the farm.
Well, my absolute favorite place to hunt would have to be called the Christmas tree stand. I do not like boring hunts at all, so whenever I go to the Christmas tree stand, I always see deer there. It always happens. It's the luckiest stand out there, so why not hunt there? And plus, I do get service on that stand, so I can be on Twitter while I'm hunting there.
Plus, we had some good reconics pics of a nice 10-point in the area that we thought would be perfect for Kristen.
This segment has been brought to you by the Barnett Razor, Razor Light, Razor Fast, and by Mojo Motion Decoys. Join the revolution. Halo rangefinders are an affordable, reliable rangefinder that give confidence to make an ethical shot. They feature angle intelligence, so I know the true distance to my target. Halo rangefinder. Never compromise, never miss.
We're on an evening hunt back here in Illinois, and I'm on the same stand as I was this morning.
Well, in the beginning of the hunt, we saw this little 8-point came out. It was a nice deer, but we had pictures of a really good 10-point, and I was after that deer, so we decided to let the 8-point pass.
But you could tell he was a little young, and I gave her the option, but she elected that we were going to pass on it, wait for the 10-point that we'd seen reconics pics of.
Well, it was getting pretty late, and at the end of the cornfield, we saw the 10-point that we had pictures of. So I immediately said, that's the deer that I'm going to shoot.
And just when he got to our perfect little setup, he decided he was going to walk past where we were at. So me and Kristen had to keep juggling around, trying to swap different windows on the shooting house to be able to get to where we could both see the deer.
See at 30. Hurry, because I'm about to shoot. See at 30. You smoked him, you smoked him.
So I finally got the shot on the deer, and I hit him, and I felt pretty excited about it, but I had absolutely no idea where I hit the deer at. So I was like, hey Ranger, let's watch the film and see where I hit the deer at. But no, Ranger didn't get it on film.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to have the camera on the deer whenever she shot. Deer bolted off the field, or you could see blood coming out. We knew that was a dead deer.
So I was pretty excited to get down out of the stand and go find my deer. Okay, well, it was only my second hunt here in Illinois this year, and I killed the biggest deer of my life, and I killed it with my new Elite bow, and it was pretty awesome. It was about 30 yards, farthest I've ever shot a deer with a bow, and it is pretty awesome. I'd say it's been a pretty successful trip. Although the hunting's great and the killing deer is pretty good too, it's also really good to go to Illinois and just spend some time with my family, away from civilization, when it's just us and we get some good bonding time, and that's really what it's all about here.
Man, congrats Kristen on her biggest buck to date. That is a huge accomplishment, especially with the bow. Now let's see if the Chris Wall family can keep it going.
Like Wallhanger TV on Facebook to follow Chad and Dana all year, with a chance to win gear seen on the show. Each year we lose more than 20 of our fellow hunters to tree stand related deaths. Using the Hunter Safety System vest and lifeline can virtually eliminate the potential for a tree stand accident to occur. Hunter Safety System is my choice for in-field safety. Saving lives is what we do.
Guys, we're out here, it's summertime and it's hot in South Louisiana, but you got to get out there early and start getting your minerals and your feed and stuff to the deer. And here in Louisiana, you know, it's legal to feed, so we try to actually keep a couple corn feeders going, and some mineral sites pretty much year round, because not only does it help the health of the deer herd, but it also helps kind of keeping your deer on your property throughout the year, and it helps every one of them, from the yearlings all the way up to your big bucks. You know, we're out there using one of Wild Game's newest feeders. It's a quick set 225. It really only takes about 15 minutes to set this thing up. Some of the cool features it has, this barrel design is pretty heavy duty, and down here, our varmints are a little rough. We got some coons and all. These swamp coons, man, they're tough. They'll get into them. So they've got a rivet assembly, a new rivet assembly that is cool as could be. You can do it with basically no tools or a screwdriver and just push them in, or a hammer, either one. It goes together real fast. You know, the barrel's also got a tapered bottom end. Some feeders have that, some feeders don't. But the good part about that is, when that feeder starts getting low, one, you're going to utilize all your feed and get it out to the game, but you're not going to waste it. You know, if you get busy and the thing runs out and you're not able to get back for a month or so, it's not going to sit in there and mildew or get moisture in it or anything like that. Another cool feature is, where they knew you have problems, they did things pretty heavy duty, like the little spinner plate. A lot of times that's one of the first things to tear up on one after it's in the elements for a year or so. This spinner plate's all galvanized, and it's pretty tough as well. We've got 4 different feeder times. You can set it up to 20 or 30 seconds a piece. But check them out, the new Wild Game Quick Set 225. A pretty good feeder, man, and we're using some right now.
The Pile Driver by Wild Game Innovations is a revolutionary feeder that keeps your feet dry and piles it high. The auger delivery system is designed to make your powder last up to 60 days and keep deer coming around, producing big bucks in the field and on the ground. Check out the Pile Driver and other great products at wildgameinnovations.com. The season was officially underway as the Wallhanger crew put a couple of nice bucks on the ground during the full moon October lull.
Cool deer, good to be on the board.
It was now the last week of October, and with Chris now in the hot seat, he only hoped he could have a little luck of his own.
Man, you know, we made several trips, several stabs at them in October, but it just seemed like we just couldn't put the pieces of the puzzle together. So we went back home, let the place set for a little while, and we're coming back in November, and everybody knows the 1st of November things start getting right.
You know, October just seemed like a slow month for everybody. We're just hoping November is a whole different story.
Guys, November 3rd, we just got up here and pulled the cards on our reconnaissance cameras and trying to see what we got, trying to locate us a good buck. Man, we just got crushed earlier this year. One of our hit lister deer that we've had a big history with for the last couple of years disappeared on us. It kind of threw us for a loop. October was pretty slow, and we knew we lost some deer to EHD, and but we got a good shooter that showed up. We're pretty jacked up. He's showing up pretty regular on the reconnaissance trail cameers. We're gonna get this sucker. Hey, I think we found us a prospect. I know we might be hunting a semen just 2 days ago. That's a hammer of an 8-point. So we'll keep on looking, see what else we got. But that's encouraging.
The freak was nowhere to be found since, or about the time the deer dropped their velvet. We couldn't find any trail camera pictures of him. Had no idea where he went. But thankfully we had a nice big mature 8-point show up on camera that we knew if he walked past us, we was going to take him.
One thing's for sure, you can't kill him in the camp, so we're out here digging. You never know, little big boy might come through.
The first week of sweet November was slipping by, and still no freak or the Big 8. Chris and Ranger were beginning to second-guess their decisions.
Man, November's slipping by fast. We know we got a couple good shooter bucks. We just can't be at the right place at the right time. They're gonna make a mistake sooner or later.
MRI confirmed the Big 8 was in the area. He was working a food plot just behind camp, and Uncle Chris was faced to make a decision.
We've been in a little bit of a debate around here on where we're gonna hunt this afternoon.
I don't know why Dad don't want to go there. I know the little food plot right across the creek is just right there by the camp, but that's where we got the pictures at. We need to go there. What else is there to it?
Ranger seems to think that's where we need to go, so I don't really have any better ideas, so what the heck, I guess we'll go try it.
go to the food plot.
Here we go again, man. Them Antler King plots are paying off. Who cares if it's right behind a camp, man? I know where I'd be hunting. Right behind a camp, man. That never happens to me.
Move locations, we're down really close to the camp. It's not one of those stands that you would think top priority, but it's the most practical place to kill that deer. There it comes, there it comes. I hit him with the flex tone grunt call, and by God, he comes straight to it looking for us. Boom.
Wallhanger TV is brought to you by Elite Archery, respect the game. Reconics, see what you've been missing. Gator Tracks Boats, making waves where the competition can't. Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession. Scott Archery, everyone's #1. Ozonics, scent control that works. Ammo2go.com, your one-stop shop for all your ammo needs. G5, designed to hunt. Antler King, bigger bucks, healthier deer. Hunt Force, find your game. Angle Coolers, a legend in reliability. Code Blue, potency protected. Support also provided by these sponsors.